So, on the next episode, we'll be discussing The Matrix from 1999. That is the original.
I saw this movie, I think in theaters when it first came out, which would have placed me, I believe, in high school. I actually remember very clearly when I first saw the trailer. It was during the Super Bowl. I think it was it was one of the Green Bay Super Bowls back when Brett Favre had the most touchdowns of anyone, or right around there. And and it really is a cultural touchstone in the sense of it offers this kind of special effects that we hadn't seen before that look different from anything else. If you compare it to like Star Wars Episode 2, it's even more distinct. How sometimes it's, not about volume, but more about cleverness. And the new life of the movie online in the sort of red pill blue pill conversations is also very interesting. And so this movie has had this kind of really fun, I would say, online afterlife, which is very ironic considering the plot.
1999. I'm a freshman in high school, and I know I went to the theaters to see it, but I can't actually remember going to the theaters. It was probably with you guys, but I do remember seeing the last scene of the movie in theaters for some strange thing. But one thing is how influential this was on our friend group. Like, we were already into computers, right? Playing StarCraft and Diablo and the whole nine yards. But after this, it kind of became okay or cooler to be into computers because of how cool the Matrix made computers look. So I remember, I mean, we weren't wearing trench coats because unfortunately Columbine was right after this, but the whole aesthetic, people were into, at least in, as a freshman in high school. And then a few months ago, actually, we watched it with our daughters. I think it was the first rated R movie for my younger daughter. And then I knew we were doing it for this, so I started trying to think of other movies to watch that might be similar. So something like Ghost in the Shell, Open Your Eyes, Dark City, Paprika. And then before this, I watched 2 and 3, which don't hold up as well as the original, and the Animatrix. But yeah, I'm excited to talk about it, guys.
So this was one of the most hyped movies for me. I remember watching some kind of special on HBO. I think it was even before the trailer might have come out. And I remember thinking, okay, I've got to go see this with my friends. And I don't remember if it was with you guys or some of my other friends from Midland Park at the time. I remember my mom taking us because we weren't able to see it ourselves because we were underage, is rated R, and she bought us tickets, dropped us off, and then left. I think she actually had to walk into the theater with us and then just turn around. So yeah, I remember really enjoying the movie when it came out, and sequels not so much. And I think I'd rewatched the first one several times, and then after the sequels came out, I watched those in theaters, and then I don't think I watched again any of them until recently.
Well, similar to all of you, I do know that I saw it in the theater. I don't necessarily remember which of any of you I saw it with, but I'm pretty sure it probably happened that way. And I was a big fan of this one. I know for a fact that I definitely saw the sequels in the theaters as well, not as enthused. It's one of those situations where you see a movie that really hits you hard and you're like, oh, I want to know more about it. And I want to know all the ins and outs. And then you get all the ins and outs and you're like, you know what? Actually, I think I would have preferred if this was a standalone movie. But I was very much looking forward to rewatching this one and having this discussion with you guys on this coming episode.